Here we are, and you know where I am. Yeah, we're trying it again. It's a week later. Let's see if there's still a couple of codling about, or at least one nice one for me. That's all I want. I should be at Easington really, but I'm here in the cold. It's windy, gusting to 30 we reckon, but I don't believe that. Welcome to Verns Fishing. That's the gist of it. Give us a subscribe, that'll be really nice of you, and please hype these videos because they're doing me the world of good. More about that later. This is the River Humber, the Humber Estuary, and we'll just cut for the intro because I ain't messed this one up. Cut for the intro. We are fishing Ziplexes as always. These are my River Humber Estuary fishing rods off the bank. I use different rods off the wall because they poke out further, so you'd get less snags. They are TF 50/50s if someone's watching that hasn't watched before, and I've got them coupled up with the old, well, I'd say old, they're only a couple of years old to me, or a year and a half. Pen spin fishers, they're the long cast. These are the number 6s. There is a new version out now. Can't fault them reels, absolutely faultless, as long as you wash them. Let them dry before you even think of putting them in a bag. They must be dry, otherwise they start to rot like any reel, even Shimano, because there's a micro environment there that's wet. Not good, but you must clean them. And occasionally, I think I've said that they're about 15 or 16 months old, and they've both now been serviced by me. You don't service them very often, not every year, put it that way. I titivate more with multipliers. We are fishing this this River Humber, the Humber Estuary, and yeah, why am I here? Why am I here? Because in the last video you saw me catch 2 lovely codling, nice size as well, my biggest, and I thought, well, let's come back to the same place because we'll know then if they're still here at some point in the tide. It's a 7 metre tide, it's at 7 o'clock. I will only be fishing till 9 o'clock, probably 20 past, no later than that, because that means I'll be home at 11. I don't want to be home at midnight. I want a glass of wine when I get home, sit down, relax. That's right, that's what I want to do before I go to bed. And it takes me 20 minutes to put all my gear away from out of the van. Like I say, give us a subscribe, give us a comment, and give us a thumbs up. And like I said before, press that hype button. You can press it 3 times for Vern, but then that means you can't press it for anyone else. But I'm quite greedy, I don't mind. It's fantastic. This week's video, which was weeks ago when you see this, which one was it? I can't remember. I catch a codling, I have a meltdown. It's the one where I drop the codling at the end. I catch 2 codling. But you've hyped that video that many times. I was number two on the top 100 leaderboard. And what I didn't know, there's subsections: sport, film, cooking, food, vlogs, and so on. Camping, I think. And in them, there's a top 50 place. So I was second on the top 100 leaderboard, but on the subsection of sport, I was number 1. Verns Fishing was number 1. Made me so proud. And in vlogs, I was number 1 again. Number 1 vlogger on YouTube, because you, my subscribers, and people that hadn't subscribed that like watching it, you are the backbone of my channel, and you press them hype buttons for me and show so much support. I can't thank you enough, because it's pushing me out there for YouTube to take notice. and my channel is growing at a nice steady rate. Nothing like 1,000 subscribers a week, but it's going up 40 subscribers regular now every 28 days, and I can't thank you enough. So keep pressing that like button. You're doing, when I say you're doing me world good, I ain't bullshitting. I'm really grateful. It's fantastic. I'm just pleased that you two brought that function out, and I'm pleased that you support me by pressing it, so thank you. Right, we have got black lug, squid, got another pack of squid in there, and we got some carp. So we're same bait as last week's video, and yeah, we're gonna try and keep this video shorter. I always try, but I do like chatting. My videos are out of date, but they aren't out of date because we put one up every Wednesday. But I had someone commenting, I don't know if they're miffed off or what, but I ain't really bothered. But it's January and my last video was in November. I've never claimed to have my videos the same day, the same week being released, or even the same month. Yeah, I live inland. I have to travel an hour and a half, sometimes to here 50 minutes, and you try and do a video every week like that is up to date, because what that would then mean is I'd be fishing in all the rubbish weather to do that, and I'm 57 and I ain't doing that anymore. So keep subscribing, keep watching. I ain't going to be yapping all the way for the next half hour, but I probably will turn you back on and have a yap in a bit, because it's just the way I am. There we are. There's the rods, there's the shelter facing into the wind, and there's the sunlight. See you in a bit. Right, let's get these chucked out. They're all baited up. Right, that's one. Let that settle. I don't know where that's gone. I can't get any water, I'll tell you why in a minute. Right, there's that. Right, we'll chuck this one this way. That one's pretty much straight out. So we'll chuck this one this way. Right. We'll get this rod over here. Take the slag up. Set the drags. Well, Just been talking to the wife, I'll probably ring her back. Well, that's both rods are out. It's cold in the wind. This wind is a chill factor. You can feel it on your face. It's the first time I felt it this winter. But we've got hand warmers. I've got my heated jacket on. I've had to put my hoodie on over the top of my heated jacket and then put my coat back on. I've got a neck warmer, neck gaiter. So yeah, I'm not cold. It's just you can feel it on your face. So the batteries are going to get hammered, and I still haven't checked whether the GoPro 7 batteries work in the GoPro 8 properly. So I've got them if I have to use them, but I want to use them at home first. So I've been at them for, I think it's been 6 days since the last video, and you can see the rods there, can't you? I've been at home for 6 days. You don't do anything, do you? And it was a mad rush yesterday. I thought, oh Christ, I've charged loads of stuff up, but I hadn't charged my lights and a couple of other bits, so I had to then charge them up. It's always the case though, you know. Everything's the last minute and you think, Jesus. I tried to find a path down to the river, and normally you've got these light stones that you can see here. There's normally in places a little path down where it just happens you can see these stones, but today it's all brown, so the tides have just dropped silt on them and it's as slippery as arseholes. So I'm not going down there today. If I had a path I could see on clean stones, I'd go down. That's still slippery, but not as slippery as what that stuff is. I'll be able to go down to release a fish. I'll just have to chuck it, or we'll sort something out. I'll have to just do it, won't I? Might even take a rod down and use it as a walking stick. But that's both rods are out. 2 flapper rigs, black lug with squid tipped, and a squid tip of a head on one. So we'll see what happened. And I've got a combo bait made up of squid and black lug, elasticated all up on a pennel, pulley pennel, and before that goes out, I'll then bind the crab on it so that it's frozen when it goes out. See you in a bit. Right, well, that's something like, we'll film from there. Going, oh, should get going first. Torches on, lights on. Oh, gonna reel these in, basically. Right, next battery. Bloody hell, I've got a slack line. Oh. Probably because I let the line settle. Don't feel like I've got anything on it. Certainly don't feel heavy. Yeah, it's not heavy. Don't think I well, I did wind it in, but it'd gone slack anyhow. So I'm going to quickly bait that up. I'll bring you back. Batteries don't last. Right, let's get that chucked out. I don't even know if I'm in shot. I shall move it to air. As usual, the wind seems to have died down, which is a good thing, isn't it? Right, let's get that in touch. Right. My hand warmers are nearly run out. I've had them on since 2 o'clock. It's chilly. Right, that's out. Drag is set. I shall whip the next one in now. Can I do it now? Yep. We'll get the next one out now. And then what we'll do is we'll get the next bait on. Oh, we ain't got any weed on. It's gone light now. Right. I might rebait that rig and chuck that out again, and then the next one will have my combo bait on. I might just do that. See you in a minute. I'm thinking. Right, let's get this chucked out. I've just got squid heads on it, and that's it. Not going out far. Got thermal light on the camera, but that light there should be lighting me up. There you go. That's better. Well, that's now only the second cast. I have been yakking to the wife and doing some texting really, and that's been about it, to be honest. I ain't done a lot more, just been sitting there dozing on the old fishing box. It is cold. I'm gonna turn you off now, and I shall get another 2 hand warmers out, because these are on 7% and 6%, both on 7. No, they're gone past 7%, they're on LO, which means low, and they're flashing. Oh dear, pardon me. So that was a boat. So yeah, it is. The next bait will be squid and carp. I'll bring the next rod in, and what I'll do is I'll bring the next rod in and then bait up and then chuck out straight away. And I'm going to get another pulley rig out so that I've got 2, and I'll fish 1 flapper rig and 2 pulley rigs. That's in close. If I blank tonight, I blank. You could keep fishing all night with a flapper rig to try and catch something and still blank. So I'd like to get something out of a bit more meat on it. That one's gone out now. I'll turn it off. If I can turn it off. Can't even turn it off. It's just flashing at me. I guess that's normal. Can turn that one off. Why ain't that going out? Sod it. Who cares? Yeah, what else is to say? I don't know, but the next bait going out will be squid and carp, and I like to catch first. I ain't one of these people that, oh, we're going out for cod and that's what we're after and we don't want to catch anything. There's hardly any whiting in there anyhow. So the only other chance you got is a rockling or a flounder. It's too early for eels, I think. Would be nice to get the blank out of the way and then just concentrate on the other, but I'm just going to concentrate on the other because you can catch a flounder on them pulley rigs and you can catch whiting on them. So that's the next bait going to be going out, is pulley pennel rig with a combo bait. So I'll see you in a bit. Is there anything I want to talk about? Not really. You know what my views are on Skidmark, Tosser basically, and his gang Tosser, and yeah, I'm not getting into anything else because I think everything else that's going to sort itself out, and there's not as much drama as what everyone's making out. But yeah, it's one of them cold nights. I think Spalton's fishing tomorrow. He's coming up there. But tomorrow it gives rain, so good luck with that one, mate. This video will be out at the end of last week in February if there's no break in the videos, i.e. Tom ain't busy, so and something goes wrong. So yeah, this will be out then. I can't do anything about that. We put out a video a week and that's the way it is. We've got plenty of other things to do, and we commit to YouTube once a week, every week of the year. And that's the way it is. If there's a backlog of videos, a backlog. I'm waiting for a week of snow or something, because if there's a week of snow, I'll take 2 weeks off until there's no snow on the road before I go out again. And then that's when my videos catch up and I ain't got to fret and worry. And anyhow, sometimes I might go 2 weeks between videos. Just lately I haven't, but it is the cold time of the year and that will probably happen also. So my videos will soon catch up. I think I've got, as I'm filming this, I've got 3 in December and that's it. 3 videos, 3 times I went out in December. Yeah, so if you don't like the fact that my videos aren't the next day, yeah, you have to go watch someone else's that is, won't you? You don't have to tell me about it. And because I do know, like, I know where I'm fishing. You don't need to say where I'm fishing because I know where I'm fishing. I'm going. I've got a coffee to finish because them flasks, they're all right until you start drinking it and then it drastically goes cold. Glass flasks are far better than those stainless steel 500ml jobs, especially the cheap ones. So I'm going. I'm fed up looking round. I feel as though I'm like one of them YouTube channels that... So here we are. We're going to bait up shortly and we've got this over here and that plant over there. And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the other. I ain't like that. I just sit here and talk to you like a normal person. I shall see you in a bit. Right, I've just had a bite and it's a slack line. So let's get it reeled in quick. Shit. There we go. I just had to go get a bucket of water. Get slack lined. And I've just gone and got the water. Look, it's still on there. It's heavy. Hey. One codling. Let's get that in the bucket. Keep it on the hook. Oh. Plans come together, ain't it? Hey? Plans come together. I'll tell you all about this, what I've done before reeling that in. Right, towel. We're going to be organised. Nice size codling. You will go back, my boy. I have to wash my coat now. It's up there, you fucker. You fucking... Here I am messing around with an elastic band. Oh, it does your head in, doesn't it? Right. One, you're not going anywhere, mate. One, full of life, codling. I'm going to put him in the bucket and give him a quick measure. Well, I'll tell you about him, shall I? I saw the bite and then the line went slack, so I thought, I've got one. And then I thought to myself, I ain't got a bucket of water. Because I didn't think, even though I thought I would catch one. So, yeah. So I then had to go get a bucket of water, yeah, so that I could look after him. So I got the water, put it down there, and then reeled it in. But before I reeled it in, the battery went dead. So I then had to put another battery in. So the fish didn't go anywhere because he was hooked on the barb, which is good. So let's get you over here on that there. Right, let's get this measured. He's swimming around in the bucket. He's a poop. I would say it's a female. And it is 45 centimetres. So that is my biggest this year. I've got to be quiet because there's two lads down there fishing. They were fishing in this spot last night, I think, and I got down there before them, and they were here last night and blanked. So I've caught on squid heads. So yeah, right, let's get this back. I'll give you one more show and then it's going back. Oh, my fucking leg. Right, is that filming? Yep. You watch, it'll go out in a minute. One more show, 45 centimetres, and he's got full of life in him. I'm now going to get him returned. Right. "45cm codling." Chuff with that. I caught 6 days ago, I think it was. Definitely not 7, I think it was 6. And I said to the wife, I'm going to go back here again. They were there the other night. I know it was a shoal of fish coming through because I caught 2 straight away. It was bang bang, but I caught 2. I said if they're there, they've got to be showing. So yeah. And the other good thing about doing your videos and they're a little bit late in coming out is I keep my mark, don't I? I keep my mark because I'm here in the cold. I've made the decision to come out in the wind and cold, come here. I should have gone to East Halton for comfort, but I didn't. I've come here and I've caught a codling, and I've put the effort in. I'm in horrible conditions, but I've put the effort in and I've won the race, haven't I? And it's worked out perfect, hasn't it? I wanted to see if they were still here, or if they were here still, and it's worked out just right, hasn't it? This is now a totally wet towel. It was wet before for handling the fish. It's going to be left on the bucket. I'm going to get a nice dry towel out to dry my hands. I've now got a bucket to wash my hands and dry them with a new towel, and that cod has gone. I threw him like a licorice torpedo, head into the water, so he gets that maximum rush of oxygen, and off he's away. But he was kicking like a good one, and I never dropped him because I kept him on the hook to the bucket. From taking the hook out, we had a towel, and he was still a struggle. But if I didn't have a towel, he'd have been all over the floor, and then he'd have been a bit limp, wouldn't he? So I've done proud. I've learnt from my lessons from before when I lost my rag, and we've caught a codling. Thank you very much. I'm going to get baited up now. That was on a flapper rig. We're now going to chuck out a pulley pennel rig. Right, let's get this chucked out. Got squid and crab on this. Hopefully it'll be an absolute blinder. The other thing is, we're not going to chuck it far because that last cast wasn't out very far. So this one ain't doing out far. What's the point? There you go. Got the last one only short, and the reason them caught squid heads worked is because I never casted them far. They were a short chuck out, because I find with squid heads with me, because I don't bait elastic it on, when I chuck them out, if you chuck it out too far, they just come off. They come off in the cast. So I chucked them out. I put 2 on one and 1 on the other, and yeah, it did all right. Yeah, it's not the elastic band. So yeah, so we've chucked that out short. We'll watch for another good bite like that, and the line goes slack. Hopefully we'll get another. But that's brilliant. I've caught what I've come for. I've caught, and what really made me happy is the fact that for the last few days, I thought now I've got to go back here, because I caught my 2 biggest codling this year here, and why not? If they're here then, they must still be here now, and I probably ought to keep coming here while they're here to catch them. And to be honest, that was on 2 squid heads. I shall sign off now, but I shall bait up another flapper rig, because why not? I've got some more squid heads, and next rod I bring in will be that one, unless I get a bite on the pulley pennel rig. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, let's get this in. We'll chuck it out short again, I think. Still bait on it, but no fish. So what I'll do is we'll get that straight out now. Yeah, straight out. Put that there. Enough slack on it. So I've been talking to a few people tonight, and John Prepper, you know who you are, asked me to shout him out. So shout out John Prepper. I'm going to chuck this out short, literally short. Slightly to the right, but short. Squid head on it, see? Probably should have chucked it shorter, to be honest, but that's what it is. Take that slack. Brilliant. So well, I'm trying to do a shorter video. I don't want it too short. I have been chatting a bit, but that's another squid head on, and it weren't squid head that caught that cod. Well, it was technically, but it's a case of let's put you there where there ain't no wind. Yeah, it's basically it was squid head that got it, because the fish was in the right place, and so was the bait. The stars and the worlds and the planets all aligned perfect, and we caught that. It's my biggest codling this season, well, this winter and autumn, because there were only little ones in autumn. But I sat out and achieved what I wanted to see, and that was, are they still there? Now, it might only be one. I aren't fussed. I'm not fishing this water down to the mud. I never fish past the mud. So what I mean by that is, when the water gets down to the last few stones, and you know the mud's going to then be showing in a few minutes, I'm packing up, because I don't drag my gear through that mud, and I don't want to chuck a fish back in no depth of water. It's all about fish care, and I think you all know that with me. And if you ain't got a bucket and you're a fisherman, get a bucket, and yeah, just get a bucket, because it's the right thing to do. It's like some matches you see, and they got a bucket, but they have a piddling bit of water in it, and they still dump the fish on the floor. You know, I know it's a match, I know you got to be quick, but if you got your bucket in the right place, then it gets unhooked and put in the bucket, doesn't it? And if you're fishing for pleasure, you can wash your hands, dry them. You got hand warmers in your pocket to warm them back up, because your hands don't get warm with gloves. You got to have some sort of heat. And once you've done that, you can put the fish in it to recover. That codling was swimming around the bucket in a fashion, so I knew he was going back all right. If you got a flounder and you're trying to get the hook out through the gills, then you keep putting it in the bucket to give it a refresh. You don't panic, you can take your time getting the hook out, and it's a good thing to have to learn to take the hooks out properly, like good etiquette. That's what it is. Now, have them rods gone since I've been talking? For catch another, fantastic. But the thing is, what's so good for me is we've caught a codling, we've caught a fish, and it's not a blank. So when it gets down to that dangerous part, I can just jack it in, can't I? Because I've done what I've set out to do. Some tides allow that silt to settle, and these white stones that you can see here now get all covered with silt. And then you'll get a tide of whatever description, and it'll rip through, and all that silt will disappear and clean up, and you'll come back a week or 2 weeks later and it'll be clear. There might be paths through there where you can see a path that takes you down to the water's edge. It's all safer. That's what you want to look out for. If you can't see that, I wouldn't suggest you walk on it. You slip and fall, especially if you're old or you got something wrong with you like me. It's just not worth that risk. I use my fishing rod as a third hand, so I've got 3 points of contact, and I'm thinking about getting a walking stick, like a hiking stick, so that if I'm returning a fish, I tend to hold them like this so I don't drop them, and I've got a stick so I can walk down. And the same, if I go down from a bucket, I can use the stick. So I might be purchasing a walking stick, hiker stick. So it'll just be better for me. They aren't light and they'll go in with my rods. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that actually. I'll probably get one tomorrow. Because believe it or not, I'll come back here again for my next session. Because why not? If there's codling about, I'd rather catch them here than at, well, I'm not going to Immingham, because it's just for the reason, not that I don't like it, I do, and it's a great place to fish, but it's just too busy. They've got half the wall struck off. They've fucked up the half of the wall that they have struck off, and they've got it railed up so you can't get on it. There's only like 2 or 3 places I've scouted out and seen that you can cast to if you're accurate, so you could fish it possibly. But yeah, what a balls up why they've done that, just to protect some cables that are underground anyhow. I would say they'll do the higher bays next, and then that'll be totally wrecked. This place will be rammed, East Holton will be rammed. And the wind has died. It's meant to be 30-mile-an-hour gusts here, and it isn't. It's quite pleasant, but that wind southeast, you can feel it on your face. You know that right cold when you open up the freezer and you feel that cold on your face, or on a right frosty, icy morning when you go out and the wind blows on your face? I've got that tonight, which is the first time this year. Right, I'm going. That's a bit more of a chat with me. That's extended the video a bit. Chance for another advert. Please keep hyping my videos. If you're a partial watcher or you just tuned in, give us a hype. It really does help. To all the ones that hype my videos religiously, once, twice and 3 times, keep on at it. I appreciate it so much. You're helping my channel. The best help probably I've ever had, you know, apart from comments and thumbs up. But since this hype button's been about, my channel's doing great. So give us a hype. I really appreciate it. And yeah, what else is there to say? Hype, hype, hype. Just checking no one's about. You might think, what a doolally twat he is. Right, let's get this in. It keeps bobbing, if you know what I mean. And I don't know why. Like a slow up and down like that. So we'll see what's on it. Put a fresh bait on. Don't feel like anything on it. Nothing on there. Bait is still there. Squid. Carp is still there, look. Washed out, but it's still there. It'll still have some sort of smell. But we'll take off the weed. Put that there. What I'll do is we'll put the U on me there. And I take the cling film off. Because my bait is firm and not messy. So we put it on the back to there. It's all slimy. Get it on there. Get a couple around it. Nice and loose, but it holds it in place, and then start whipping. Don't get the hook point. We just wind it around. If you can't see, I'm apologising, but I need to see what I'm doing. So put plenty around it. I've already whipped the black lug and the squid, and as this defrosts, it pulls into the cart and it don't go anywhere. So that's that done, and then I'll take my pedal rig. You get out, lads.
Nothing.
Are you going now?
No, mate, you got a rock.
What, leaving me on my own here with the dangers
Backing
of...
up, aren't you?
What?
Have you had out?
Nah, not really. Apart from hope.
Right.
Are you coming back tomorrow?
No, I won't be tomorrow.
No.
Anymore.
Oh, it's going to rain tomorrow.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we ain't had out. We ain't had really many bites or anything.
I saw you fishing down the slope. You didn't fish off the top, did you?
No, we was down at the bottom.
Yeah.
With the wind, it was warm and sitting down at the
Yeah.
bottom.
So, well, good luck for you next time.
Yeah,
I
no.
do, mate. I hope you
Yeah.
get some.
You
Yeah.
have to get some carp, won't you, and keep it frozen and put it on.
Yeah, it was good shot. I asked it, shop lad if they had any, but he didn't have out.
Who's that at? Scott's?
Yeah, it was a guy at Winton, like.
Oh, right. I say Scott's at Squids and, you know, in Goxhill.
Yeah,
He's got it, I think. I'm going to ring him tomorrow, see if he's got any more.
Ah.
But yeah, you want to just sort of like do it into like a little tiny, like your thumb, just past the knuckle, and then put it in cling film.
Oh, yeah.
So it just fits on the back of your hook. You don't need big huge baits. Yeah. But yeah, good luck on your next one.
Yeah,
Yeah, same to you, mate.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
See you later. So those two lads fished hare last night, and you might think to yourself, that's a bit mean, Vern, not telling them that you've caught, and it probably is. But at the end of the day, I'm protecting this mark, so that if I come again next week, hopefully, unless some big huge cod come out and people put it all over Facebook, then it'll get busy, and so be it. You know, I'll end up fishing at the drain because that'll be the only place left. But that ain't going to stop them coming here. They'll come here again, or if they've been catching at Immingham, and it's just about having the bait and being in the right place. Up to now there's been one and I've caught it. I was lucky enough to catch it, but I'm going to get this out. Let's make sure we got it. So yeah, we don't all have to give grid references, compass codes, 3 little words and everything else and all that shit. The thing about fishing is finding marks for yourself, and when you then come and fish it and you've done the best you can and possibly even catch, there's far more of a reward for yourself rather than being given it all on a plate. And all these marks, everyone knows about them. Yeah, so they're all available. You only got to watch bloody YouTube, and if you want to get the grid references, go get them. But yeah, I always find, I grew up in an era where you didn't have the internet, Google Maps, and you had a map, $4.99 from the petrol station, and you went out on a Sunday, trekking round, get some chips, keep the wife happy because she loves her chips, and looking for marks and how to get to them. And that's what I did. And I never was born here. I was born in Norfolk. I didn't know where the marks were here. I just knew there was marks at rivers and on the beaches. So yeah, I don't want to come here and it's like Rosie O'Grady's in Yarmouth, shoulder to shoulder. Right, I'm going to cast this one out a touch further. That's 3 casts now I've had close in. So this one's going out further. Brilliant. I think that's on the move. The tide has caught it. But we're fishing. It's out there. So when I said not rarely to them, if they'd have said to me, well, where you caught something then, I'd have said, yeah, I've caught a good sized whiting. Or a small little codling, about 3 inch. But yeah, they said to me that a month ago They were going to Immingham. Fucking hell. They were going to Immingham and were bagging up every time. Well, back then, there was quite a few codling coming out of Immingham. Doesn't always happen, but it was then. So, that was when I weren't catching a lot, but I was catching little ones. So, I'm pleased I've caught 3, 41 centimetre, 44 centimetre and a 45. That cast is a bit further out. The 3 previous casts have been short. I've got a squid head on the right hand rod, which is short, and I've got squid, black lug and a piece of carp that you just saw me whip on. We'll see what happens. So that's the... I might bait this flapper rig up on squid heads, but I've got squid head out there now and it's not doing anything. But catch a flounder, I might try for a flounder. It could be another shoal of codling come through. I think they're just in shoals going around wherever the food is where they're at. And obviously, from one food source to another food source, they've got to travel to it, haven't they? And I think they're just travelling there. 2 or 3 years ago, there was loads of shrimp in this river, and that was when I was catching all those codling and cod. And that year it made me laugh. I was catching all them codling and cod, and this place wasn't that busy. I always got in this spot, or the spot at the far end, the point at the far end. And it was fantastic, you know. And then the next year it was absolutely manic down there, absolutely manic. You just couldn't get a spot, and I kept fishing the drain, didn't I? And I give up in the end and said sod it. Right, I'm going. I've been yapping again for far too long, but yeah, old Ziplex TF5050s, and they're still pulling the fish in now. Isn't that fantastic? No fancy rods, no fancy huge range, is there? Well, there is a huge range of Ziplex because Terry was mating for ages, but the thing is, there's 2 old rods there and they're still in good condition. I have cleaned them up and bonder sealed over the top, but yeah, that's only to make them last longer until they get a rebuild. But there's nothing wrong with them. They're 2 fishing rods. I'll probably never even touch them rods because I think they'll last me out. And who needs a brand new rod? 140 quid. Yeah, I think one was 150. I think Billy's was 140. I can't remember. But yeah, for under 150 quid, you got a fantastic rod. Admittedly, some of them go for over 300. If they're any more than that, they're chancing their arm, I think. I don't buy them. They've got to be the right rod at the right price and condition. And if it's an £80 or £100 rod, I don't care if it needs a full rebuild. I'll get it because it's worth it. But yeah, I've got a right little collection. Last rod I bought, which was Ziplex, was the bass rod, which I bought off Alan, which is tomorrow night's video. I fished with Alan 2 days on the trot. The first video we blanked at East Halton, and then we came here. I think we both had a flounder each, and then Alan left because he was tired. We'd been at it for quite a long time, and then I pulled Codling in. I haven't told him yet, he don't know. That'll be a surprise for him for next week. I'll see you later. Bloody hell, I just dazzled you then, didn't I? I do apologise. I don't know what to say. Right, that's probably too bright. I'll move you there. What I wanted to say, I think I've already mentioned this about my hypes, that I was number 2 on the top 100 leaderboard, and the subsections of sport and vlogs, I was number 1, and there's 50 people on the subsection boards and 100 on the on the leaderboard. But that's nothing to do with the fact that in the sports section I'm the best channel for fishing and vlogging, and the second best in the world at fishing. What it actually means is that I'm the second best on that leaderboard doing fishing because of the support you give to me, and I must have far more support than what I ever imagined. And the same for the sport and vlogging. It's just down to you watching these videos. I take it you enjoy them. It's a bit presumptuous of me to think that you are enjoying them, but you must do. Yeah, it's down to you, and it shows that my channel has got a lot of support. That's what I wanted to say. Thanks a lot. I'm watching these rods. I'm going to bring in the squid head one first, and then I'm going to bring in, look at this, Gordon. I'm on it again, mate. I'm on it again. See the tips? I hope you can. I'm hitting it about and everything. That's better. So yeah, let's have a bit of watching the rods, shall we? Because my mate Gordon likes watching the rods, and I like to, yeah, I like to well, if he likes watching the rods, I don't like watching them. I just catch him out of the corner of my eye usually. But on that codling that I've just caught, I did see that. That was enjoyable. I think on a slack line, I've only ever had, well, I must have had a couple that I haven't caught on a slack line. Normally on a slack line that hooks in past the barb, it's picked your bait up and swam in towards you. If you can hear me slapping, I'm eating a Murray mint. It's not a proper Murray mint. It's a, not even a substandard one. They are nice, but it isn't a branded Murray mint. It's in the green bag with white clear mints, white chewy mints, humbugs, and toffee mint. That's a toffee that tastes of mint, and you buy them from Lidl's, or I do anyhow. We get a bag of them. We have them in the car now. What do you reckon to them rods? Good, isn't it? Not seeing my face here, my chiseled looks. Now that left hand rod is moving a bit, but I've chucked it out in the tide, and there is a bit of tide run today. That's what that rod was doing on the previous reeling. Right, I'll bring you back when I reel in the closest rod to me and you, and then I shall put that flapper rig on, and then that'll be the last cast. I'm going to bring in the left hand rod at the end, but I ain't got long because the water, the rocks are now just starting to show. I've probably got 2 meters because one, I don't want to be late home, and 2, I don't want to walk on them stones down there because they're slippery. So see you in a bit. Right, let's get this one reeled in. Like I said, tide's going. It'll probably be out for a quarter an hour, 20 minutes. plastic bag on it. Went out far. It wasn't. Right. Put that plastic in my bag. The rubbish. I've done it again, and I reeled it in too much. All right, mate. This is quite nice, actually. Not fishing all the way down, so it makes it hard work. If I'm 100% fit, then clearly I'd be fishing it all the way down, but I aren't. Right, now I don't know whether to cast. I'm going to cast to the left, I think. I'm going to cast this side, yeah, because tide's running that way. So swap these rods of it. Get it in there. Right. I used to have a subscriber called Jimmy, and I used to he looked after me and helped me a lot. As you know, he bought me a fishing rod. He bought me 2 fishing rods. He's a lovely bloke. Used to chat to him, used to send me jokey things through WhatsApp. Really helped me. I mean, even helped me at Christmas. And I'm not going into this, that and the other, because everyone will say a load of shit and that ain't what I mean. But I haven't heard from Jimmy for ages. The last thing from Jimmy was just a comment on WhatsApp and a comment on the video, and then I didn't hear anything. And there's nothing unusual about it, because Jimmy would always go off on holiday, Ginny Rossbottom or Bootham, whatever it is, and then you'd hear from him, sorry mate, you know, and he'd be catching up on the videos, putting comments in and everything. Lovely bloke. He was the chap that gave me the holiday in Devon, where in one of them 40-yard caravan static vans. Had a fantastic time. He was so good, lovely bloke, could talk mostly comic-y things really, but I haven't heard from him for ages, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know whether to ring. I have messaged him like, what's up mate, is everything all right? And I've even apologized, as in if I've done something or said something, or perhaps he's just fed up with Verns sea fishing and it's done its time. But he went from being right happy to not hearing from him. Obviously I don't want to think the worst, but if you are out there, Jimmy, and you're watching this, and I appreciate you can go off people, you know, my missus often goes off me, but she's still with me. If you are out there, Jimmy, it'd be great just to get a thumbs up or a smiley face or whatever. You don't even need to, or just an hello, and then that'll be it. If you don't want to talk or whatever. I don't know why I'm really saying this, but out of all the people, because through YouTube, you end up meeting lots of people that are fanatical, and Jimmy's the only one that has bothered me that I don't hear from him anymore. Yeah, it's just eating away at me. The wife keeps saying ring up, but you daren't. I have messaged him 2 or 3 times and it has been read. I don't think the last one was read. I always think the worst. But yeah, if you're there, Jimmy, just even a full stop or an exclamation mark, anything, just so I know that you're there and still in this world. So yeah, that was a bit long-winded, wasn't it? But yeah, out of all of them, that's the one that's, all the others aren't, you know, people come and go, don't they? One minute you're favoured and the next minute you aren't. But Jimmy, that was, you know, I mean, I don't lie and think to myself I can't sleep at night, let's be honest, but I'll often be in the front room and then I'll speak to the missus about it and she'll just say, well, ring him. But like I say, some of the 3 of the messages were read, or 2 of them were read and the last one wasn't. So that's why I hadn't rung, because if they've read it, why didn't they answer? Or why didn't Jimmy answer? But yeah, if you're there, Jimmy, just give us an exclamation mark, anything. Right, let's get this rod in. This is the squid black lug and cart. Still on it, so, but nothing on it. The tide was pulling on it. Looks like it was just the one fish again. Well, this time I didn't have one fish last time, did I? Bit of fibrous shit, which is probably mostly plastic, but there is weed in there. I shall probably just cut that at the end and pull it off. I shall thread it up the thing and well, I'll reel it. I'll sort it out. I'll just reel it with it in between my fingers. It'll go down to the end, cut the end off, and that's it. And I'll tie a new swivel on tomorrow and chuck that swivel away, because there's a bit on it. Not a lot though. So right, well, next rod will be the squid heads on the flapper rig. It's out medium throw. It ain't out like that one was out a fair way, probably about 50-55 meters, and this one's probably about 20, well, it's probably about 30-35. But I didn't chuck it, well, it might be 25 actually, but it could be 26, but then it might be 34, but it's somewhere around there, because I didn't want to chuck it too far because the heads will come off, because I don't whip them on. If I don't need to whip it, I won't whip it. You ask my missus, you don't always need to whip it. Right, let's bring this in. This is the last reel in. So been an enjoyable night. I've got probably 2.5 meters of mud, of stones down there, so the rod will stick over that, and if it's a fish I can get it chucked in. It's like Budley Salterton climbing up here. Well, not quite. Not quite. Well, the bait is still on there. It's just got nothing on the hook. Nothing on the hook. So that is it. That has been Verns sea fishing today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Not been many species caught, has only been the one. That's going to be a bit bright, is it? I'm just trying to set the camera up. Right, yeah, that'll do. So, yeah, I'm in. That is above the thing. I should do all this. You see, this is the difference between me and others. Yeah, others would set this all up, but I've got it switched on anyhow, so there's no point. I can't be bothered. Oh, I'm tired. My leg ache here for some reason. My big toe hurts on my right foot. I don't know why, probably got gout. I've got blotches on my head, which is, I got rid of the blotches that come around my face, which is basically psoriasis, and it's now coming on my forehead, so I'm putting cream on that now. But I think if you stop that from one area, it comes out somewhere else, and I'm just so fortunate to have it coming out on my face. It's great. You walk around and you're just conscious all the time, aren't you? But we don't want to get into that. You know, as you get older, everything starts going wrong. Things don't work. It starts with your feet, your knees, your hips, your ass, your bloody, your old, yeah, your tadger. All things go wrong. I come back, I had a blood test a few months ago. I did probably say something about it. Oh, I'm not. Because the woman that took my blood shoved it through the vein and was trying to get it out of the blood out of the muscle in my arm. I think she nearly hit my elbow at one point. Absolute nightmare that day. I was not happy. I kept my cool, because if you get chucked out, that's it, isn't it? But yeah, it wasn't a good thing. But that's come back all clear. How do I know that? Because I phoned up today saying I haven't had a health review, but you've said that I've had it, And she says, oh, you just got to do the questionnaire. So I said, oh, well, while you're on air, how did my last previous blood test go for prostate? And she said, the girl on the desk, she says it's come back all clear. So at least I ain't got that. But yeah, it is absolutely shocking getting old. I don't like it, never have. And when I was young, a fit butcher's dog, falling out of trees, falling over, jumping walls, jumping off walls. I never realised that I'd be like this now. Fucked. But no, anyhow, back to the video. It has been great. I nearly didn't come this morning because it said 32-mile-an-hour gusts. Probably about 10 mile an hour, if that. It has been rather nice. That coldness that I said earlier, where you go into the wind with your face and your face feels like you put it against the inside of the freezer, that's gone. It's just brilliant. I picked the right day yet again, and I nearly called it off, and I nearly went to East Holton, and I'm glad I didn't. So only one fish, 45cm codling now, well healthy, beautiful fins, and he was the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that young fish. I think he's going to grow up to be a 15-pounder and never get caught again. So yeah, I'm chuffed about that. I caught the fish that I really wanted to catch. I shan't say I came here and caught the species I'd intended to catch, going all out for it. I ain't talking all that shit. I'm just gonna say that I caught the fish that I wanted at the top of my list to catch today, because I caught a couple last week and want to see if they're still about, but they aren't in numbers. They aren't in packs eating the shrimp or little fish or anything like that. They're just passing by to the next food zone. It'll be probably a few years before the feed at this spot or other spots get up to the standards of where the cod just come in and muller it all. But yeah, brilliant. I've caught the species I wanted to catch. Very fortunate, very lucky, but I had to be here to do it. And chuffed with that. Biggest fish this year for me, for the codling. And yeah, I can't say no more. Thanks to everyone that hypes. You show so much support to my channel. I've got a solid channel, I really have. It's just brilliant. There's nothing else I can say. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video. This has been me, Vernon, of Verns Sea Fishing, catching a 45cm codling, and yeah, I've enjoyed myself, and I'm pleased I've come. I've just got to walk back now, pack everything up and walk back. But I'm going to take my time, because last week when I packed up, I sat on my box for like 10-15 minutes just soaking up the atmosphere before I took my box up, filled my trolley up and walked back, and I might do that again today. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. No end. What does that do if I do that? Not a lot, Vernon, not a lot. Sometimes when I go up top on the walkway, on this path, and I put a light in there to light this tent up and take a picture of the blue igloo, it looks really nice illuminated. But anyhow, that's enough of that. We caught a codling. Channel's doing great. Thanks for all your support. I'll see you and on. and they've both now been serviced by me.